Hello YouTubers and fellow vintage radio enthusiasts. This video tonight is a Royce 640, also known as the 1-640. This was the deluxe Royce base station in the 23 channel days, before the Royce 642 40 channel, came later. This radio, like its later 642 brother, it's big, it's beautiful. Everything, the meters and the channel selector are green backlit, as you can see. This is, I think, one of the most beautiful transistor radios ever made, and I know that's just my opinion, but it certainly is a good-looking radio. The bulbs are basically like old-style flashlight, incandescent bulbs in sockets. It does not use wheat lamps. The front, I don't think that's glass. I think it's a real shiny, clear, like plastic. I don't know if the plastic has the black on it or it has a black backing. I've never really investigated into it, but it certainly does look good. The bottom is just a black aluminum trim piece. Another one of those mechanical scroll wheel clocks. This clock does work. It's something I've noticed on all my radios, or well, two of them especially, that have these mechanical scroll wheel clocks. If you disconnect the AC power to them, make sure that your second wheel reads under 40. I've noticed they don't have enough torque. This radio here in my Courier Centurion, if I let the second wheel get to 40 or higher and disconnect the AC, a lot of times it doesn't. The clock motor doesn't seem to have enough torque to be able to restart it again, and then I have to take the top off, get the needle nose pliers, the old trusty needle nose pliers out, and give a good hard twist to the motor shaft for the clock motor, and to get it going again. So if you get one of these that's stuck, I recommend you try that. It may be just the motor, the shaft on the motor where that main brass like sprocket is, just needs a good hard turn to get it started again. Features of this radio: it is full featured, has push button on off power, has large phone jack, wires 4-pin, but it is coarse 4-pin Royce wiring code. I run a cheater on this, and right now I've got that SBE mic I showed in another video. I usually either run this or a Turner Super Sidekick on it. This radio does sound excellent on air. I've had, well, like my Courier Centurion, I've had a lot of compliments on how this radio sounds. You got volume, you got a tone control for receive, and it does make a lot of difference. Squelch, RF gain, it has a variable PA volume. There's your mode selector, clarifier, and the calibration for, well, I gotta try to remember, this does have SWR bridge. You can see here it runs a 3-meter deal. Center meters to calibrate, right meters to actually read your standing wave ratio. SRF meter, shows signal and kind of like relative transmit power. The relative transmit power on all these I always felt was pretty useless. Channel selector 2 is green backlit. There are bulbs in the clock, but they're so dim you really can't see them. It's got it's not real wood. I think this is like pressboard wood with a lamination, wood grain lamination on top of it. The speaker, I can't show you, it'd be too difficult. I guess if I was a better video editor, I could stop this and restart it with showing you the bottom. The speaker is in the bottom. There is actually like a polished aluminum grill on the very underneath of this radio where the speaker is. That's something, bottom fire speaker, kind of unusual for CB radios. Believe it or not, it is on frequency, even on sideband. Of course, you can't find much sideband traffic, below basically channel 36 on 11 meter CB. And I don't think there's commonly a VFO available for this radio. I can't remember what reference, mix freak it would need from a VFO, but I think it's fairly high. I think it's up in the 20 megs, so maybe a PAL VFO or something. I'm not sure. That's an area I've never really known a lot about. It's that whole, various VFOs and what will go with what. I've looked into a little bit of the Sultronics lately, getting a little bit better of an understanding. I've got it on 19. There's almost no DX tonight, very little local traffic. It's a Sunday night, so even 19 tends to be pretty quiet on Sunday nights. I'll change the channel. My channel selector is really dirty on this radio. I need to clean it. TX light works. Meters work, and yes, I don't have them set. Leastwise, not the SWR cal and standing wave ratio read. I think that's about it for this one. It has excellent receive. It's very quiet. I know I say that a lot about a lot of radios. This one is not near as quiet as some. I mean, it'll pick up static and hash and trash a bit more than some of the other rigs I've shown. But overall, it has a very, man, with that variable tone control. I've got an external speaker on it right now. The internal one, bottom fire, sounds pretty good, but with an external speaker, it is a beautiful sounding radio. And from what people tell me, it actually has a really good tone to it with the right microphone on the air as well. I don't guess I really covered, where you got your regular CBPA, NBA, your noise blanker on and off. The odd thing about this is you can turn the automatic gain control on and off, which is, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain. Automatic gain controls to keep, it's like to help you help the receiver be able to still pick up on weak signals, but then not be overloaded on strong signals. It kind of like tries to keep everything at a constant level. If you turn it off, now say I don't have any stations, but when you turn it off, stronger people, are just about full scale. It really kind of changes the dynamics of how the radio receives. I'll actually like it a lot better, with it on. A normal radio, they have automatic gain control built into them, like this one, but it's not selectable to turn on and off. That's kind of an odd feature about this one. I'm honestly not aware of any other radios that do that. Anyhow, pretty good transmitter. I don't remember just at the moment output, but it's somewhere definitely under 20 watts peak, probably under 15 watts peak, but I haven't used it in a little while, and I don't have the camera on a tripod, so it'd be a little hard to try to test that. But it's, about average transmit, maybe a hair above average for the time period of this radio. Anyhow, I think that covers about everything. Beautiful vintage rig. Again, it's a Royce 640, also known as the 1-640 Deluxe AM SSB base station. This is Operator Paul saying 73s, and hope to catch y'all on the band sometime.